Is your bed is a sacred location where all you're going to do is sleep. Nothing else matters. Oh, you can sleep and you can fuck. That's about it. Let's talk for a moment about why you get shit sleep. Why do you think it is, right? You think, oh, I'm a night person. It's often when we think about our sleep, we think about reasons a lot of the time, we think about reasons outside of our control. But there's a lot of shit that's inside your control that you might not actually be doing. So what might some of these things actually be? So first, let's talk about why do you actually want to get good sleep? What's good sleep actually going to do for you? So good sleep is not just this thing where like sleep is kind of good for you. It's kind of cool. So let's just look at purely, will it make you more jacked if you get better sleep? Yeah, probably. When does recovery from training happen? It's not happening while you're awake. The majority of it is going to happen while you're asleep. Whether that's hypertrophy, strength, cardiovascular endurance, those kinds of things that can, like adaptations are still happening throughout the day, but a lot of recovery is going to happen throughout the night. So we need good sleep. Good sleep is essential for healthy brain function, cognitive awareness, alertness during the day. If you want to function well at your job, if you want to be a nice person, sleep's kind of going to impact all that kind of stuff. So how do we get good sleep? That's the thing, right? We live in a world at the moment where it's pretty damn hard to get good sleep. Let's say you want to go to bed at 10 o'clock, but you're on your phone at 9:30. Let's say you were playing video games from 8 o'clock until 9:30, and then from 9:30 until 10. You might have a shower at 9 o'clock, and then let's say you shower an hour before bed. You kind of lie in bed. You get ready for bed, but then you get in bed and you get on your phone. So that's one thing, right? So like blue light or light in general is going to disrupt your sleep. No question about it. So how can we mitigate that? What do I do before bed? How do you do something before bed if you're not going on your phone, right? Our phones are basically connected to us, and I get it. I totally get it. I am extremely guilty of the social media addiction disease. Out of everyone I know, I'm probably one of the worst people at it. But when it comes to my sleep, I'm pretty strict with it, right? So you've got to think of other activities to do before bed. So for me, that can be, let's say if we leave the self-improvement stuff, if we say, okay, we're not going to do things that require discipline. Let's just do basic shit that we have to do. Try and shower as close as possible to when you want to sleep. And a warm shower. Don't do any of this cold showers bullshit before bed, because that's not going to help you sleep. You want to have a hot shower so then you're able to cool down better and have a better sleep. So the environment of your room is really important. Obviously, it should be dark. We all know that. How do you do that? Blackout curtains. Face mask helps. But even just light on your skin is going to disrupt your sleep a little bit. So the darker you can make your room, the better. Make it feel like a cave. Good temperature, like cool temperature. And you've got to be comfortable. And then, so what's another thing with our bed in particular, right? Obviously, the bed is something where there's only two activities you should really be doing in your bed. Sex, sleep. That's it. Ideally, nothing else should be done in your bed. So the more that you're associating your bed with something other than sleep, the harder it's going to be to sleep. Let's say you lie in bed on your phone on TikTok, or you lie in bed even reading a book, or let's say you lie in bed most of the day doing some work, like a lot of students, right? We might not have a desk. So how do you get around that? Work anywhere else. So you want to find places to do the things that you would do in bed outside. And this is really, really important. So this is called sleep restriction therapy. So this is one part of it, right? One part of it is your bed is a sacred location where all you're going to do is sleep. Nothing else matters. Oh, you can sleep and you can fuck. That's about it. What else matters, right? Let's say you wake up in the middle of the night. This is one of the things that I do with my patients as a health coach, is I help coach people through sleep restriction therapy. And by, just so people are clear, I do not offer health coaching online. I offer personal training. That's different. So I help patients through sleep restriction therapy. So sleep restriction therapy, effectively, let's say you wake up in the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m. What do you do after you wake up? Do you stay in bed and try and get to sleep? That's one option. If you're tired and you know you'll go go to sleep pretty quickly. Another option is if you know that you often will wake up at, say, 2 in the morning and you might stay up until 3 trying to get to sleep. A good strategy to reduce the amount of time it takes you to get to sleep, but this is a long-term investment, is you get out of bed and you do not get back in bed until you can sleep again, until you feel tired. And I would recommend only getting, like, you should wake up at the exact same time every day, but only get in bed when you feel tired. But then a lot of people are going to say, I don't feel tired. I don't feel tired at night. I would just end up staying up until 4 a.m. What are you doing at night? That's the thing. How stimulating are the activities that you're doing? If you're staying up until 11 o'clock at night, let's say you normally go to bed at 12, but you're playing video games until you're playing League of Legends, you're playing Ranked, you're playing Shen on League of Legends, guilty. You're playing League of Legends until 11 o'clock at night. Do you think you're going to be able to get good sleep? If you're playing competitive video games or non-competitive video games, it doesn't matter. There's two effects, right? One, you're thinking really hard about how to play the game better. Two, the light is right here. That's not going to help you sleep. So if we want to optimize our sleep, we need to build a bedtime routine. Now, what does that look like? I'll give the example that I currently use. So what I do at the moment, let's say I'm trying to get in bed and try to sleep at 10 o'clock. What I would do is at 9 o'clock, I'm going to go prep all my meals for the next day, make sure everything for the next day, when I get out of bed, everything's sorted. I've got my work clothes laid out. I've got my shoes ready. My socks are there. Everything's ready. Then I would go shower, moisturize, clean my teeth, whatever. Then after that, I would meditate for about 15 minutes. And then I would read. And so I live in a flat and I have a pretty small room. So I could sit in my desk chair. Like that could work. But I just kind of prefer to sit on the floor because it kind of separates. It gets me in that routine of I'm going to bed. That's just personal preference. You don't have to sit on the floor. And at this point, all the lights in my room are dimmed. So there's no bright lights in my room. And then I would read for about pretty much as long as I want. I could read for 2 hours if I wanted to. I can move into my chair if it's more comfortable, whatever. I'll read for as long as I need to until I feel sleepy. If you want some book recommendations, maybe I'll do that in another video, but I basically just read Stoic philosophy at the moment. But you can read literally whatever you want. Just nothing too exciting. Don't read like 50 Shades of Grey or something like that. Something a little bit more, relaxed. Read something moderately boring. So yeah, then once I'm actually tired, then I get into bed, all the lights are off. I'm not listening to anything. I'm not going on my phone. My phone hasn't been touched since I started reading. I've set all my alarms already. I don't need to go on my phone. There's not going to be any reason I need my phone. Like you can always make up a reason and sort of think, oh shit, I need to message that person right now. I'm trying to go to bed, but like now is the right time for me to message that person. No, it's not. You don't need to check Tinder at 9:30 at night. Well, when you're about to go to sleep. The moment you get in bed is not the right time to think, I probably should check Instagram before I go to bed. It's just not the right time, and you know it. So that's the main stuff, right? It's like good environment. Make sure the environment is actually conducive to your sleep. What are you doing in like the 2 hours prior to bed? I guess one more thing to touch on is I wouldn't get too worried about the quality of your sleep. We know that the more anxiety people have around their sleep, the worse their sleep's going to be. That's why I'm not a big fan of Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. And I'm effectively regurgitating Greg Potter's opinion here, although I think he had a little bit more favorable of an opinion. That book says a lot about why you need good sleep and why it's bad if you don't get good sleep. And I feel like that just gives a lot of people sleep anxiety. But yeah, there's a really great podcast by Greg Potter by Steve Hall on the Revive Stronger podcast about that. But yeah, sleep is one of those things that it's really, really important. But if you get 6 hours, it's not the end of the world. If you don't know you only got 6 hours, you're never going to know. It's probably not going to it's going to make less of an impact. But if you think, oh, I know I had such a bad sleep last night, and you're always checking the time, like, oh shit, and trying to calculate how much sleep you're going to get if you wake up at this time, try not to do that. Try to give yourself enough time to get enough sleep. But at the end of the day, if you don't get perfect sleep, it's okay. It does not matter that much. What matters is the aggregate of sleep, not the one night. One night of sleep, poor sleep, is not going to ruin anything. If you enjoyed these videos, and if you enjoyed this video and you're enjoying this style of videos, feel free to let me know. I would love to hear about it. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow.